needle play. But you're not forced to watch it. You can just go out like, oh, I don't like this.
That's my phobia, is needles. When I have my blood test, I almost faint. So I don't think needle play, but...
So last time there was a man who hanged himself with a few hooks, and he was like flying
that's
above
very cool,
us.
But yeah.
And then he pulled out and his blood was just like flowing.
What, in the crowd?
No, like he was pulled out and on his back the blood was just...
Yeah, I don't know.
Just like they have crazy performances, but they're all cool.
I don't want to kink shame, but for me, once you're drawing blood, like, is that self-harm at that point? Like, is it healthy to be promoting things like that? I don't know.
I think people are just born with this and they cannot decide, like, oh, I don't want to get turned on by harming myself from tomorrow. It's like, kind of like, oh, I don't want to be gay. From tomorrow, I'm going to be heterosexual. It's like, I'm not going to like needles just because I saw on the stage that somebody stick needles in himself or somebody stick needles inside him. It's just, people are born with these fetishes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I saw on the stage, I don't want to like, oh yeah, use me as the pillow with the pin, you know.
I understand it. Also, I know a lot of people.
So it's people who already like have fetishes would go there. So it's not like disturbing these like innocent minds and like from the day after they're gonna go for.
I mean, I wouldn't pay money to see someone actually injure themselves. Like, you know, if you see a magic show and they cut someone in half, you know, I don't want to see, you know, an actual sword go through someone, you know, and hooking someone up and blood going everywhere. And to me, it seems like self-harm or a type of self-harm and I don't know what the mental state of people that have those fetishes is. I don't know if it is related to self-harm or not. I'm very ignorant of that. Maybe it's healthy and maybe you're just stimulating some kind of emotion and just it's a sensory experience. But for me, that would definitely be disturbing, and promoting it commercially is definitely a step too far.
It's not really commercial.
Well,
it's like
is.
a really
you're selling tickets
kind of closed group. I mean, it's mostly always, it's like they have a core and a few new people who would like, oh, I want to check out what Torture Garden is. But usually I see the same faces over and over. It's a community.
Yeah, I get that. But
and everybody has some fetish. I don't know if I would check your browsing history, what I would see there. Maybe some kinky shit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're just like so private and you are not talking about it. And now you are asking about self-harm stuff. But maybe I would see something more.
I'm open-minded,
like kind of crazy.
I'm open-minded to everything, but my limit is when something seems dangerous or inflicts like physical harm. So, like with BDSM, I don't like to leave a girl bruised, you know? I think when it gets to that level, I feel like it becomes a bit disturbing for me as the person giving that, even if the person likes to receive that treatment. And yeah, piercing the skin just seems just a step too far for me. And especially to do it publicly. Like, I mean, when we sell porn online, there are rules. We can't have blood. We can't have fecal matter. And so some people do have fetishes which are dangerous or unhealthy. Mm-hmm. And should we be celebrating them, or should we be saying, okay, maybe see a therapist and get some treatment for this?
I think the question is if it becomes if he or she cannot handle and it causes problem in their life, and I think they need to decide on their own if it's like if it causes them a problem or not. But I think as long as it's just like a show on stage, and I don't see anything wrong with it. because nobody's forcing that performer to do it. And just because I saw somebody cut themselves with a knife, it doesn't make me want to do it.
I don't know, like, I mean, Torture Garden are making money they're paying him or her to cut themselves on stage and promote that as an edgy show. And I think that's quite disturbing when you can just use special effects and things like that to achieve the same result.
But you have to understand there are some people who they would do it for free. This is their fetish. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm gonna self-harm myself because I have no money, so I just gonna use this knife, cut myself and make money on a Friday night.
I don't know. I think just because somebody does that, it doesn't mean that it's okay to use them. For me, that's quite disturbing. Like, I know it's like, you can say it's kink shaming, and maybe it is okay. I mean, there's been pop stars that, cut themselves on stage and that's part of their show. And I just don't,
I just wish you would come there with me once, because now you're like stuck on like really small details, and they have like a billion performers, DJs, body artists and people, and you are like stuck on oh my God, I see blood there. Oh.
Yeah, well,
you can just, if you don't like something, you can just look away, go to another room.
Well, it's something everyone likes a bit of gore, but you don't expect real gore. So there's something surprising for me. Gore, like I like horror movies, I like violent video games, but when it is real, suddenly something changes in my head and it feels a bit different. So I think that's why I got fixated on it, because it surprised me. And I am open-minded, like I understand.
You're saying, but I don't see you are.
I'm open-minded, but I'm also a bit afraid of that. Like, I just feel uncomfortable that, especially that someone's making money and incentivizing someone to cut themselves on stage. That sounds
But those people want to do that.
I mean, I've got a good friend that self-harms, and she wants to do it, but I don't think that makes it a healthy thing. It's, I think she needs help and treatment and love and support. I don't think if someone was paying her to self-harm on stage, I'm sure she'd do it. But
there is like so many levels. Like, is like spanking like bad?
Well,
or where do you draw the line? When you see the blood, that's where you draw the line?
For me, I draw the line at physical harm, but I understand that my partners might enjoy like physical bruising or stronger pain, and that's fine. We're just not a good match.
Mm-hmm. That's it. I think if she wants bruises and a little bit of pain, and find a man who likes to give pain because that's his fetish, they are a perfect match, and then they don't have a problem. They are a great match, and I think they don't need to change anything.
Yeah, well,
if it's like not risking their life, of course.
Yeah, and I'm not an expert, so I don't know if these people, if you're into, say, a knife fetish or self-harming fetish, if it is a self-harming fetish, it's a cutting fetish or something like that.